What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to my 31 and 31 movie reviews. Today is day 18, last time I checked. So today we are talking about 1922. It is a Netflix movie from Stephen King based on his story. It is directed by Zach Hilditch. I don't really know him from pretty much anything. Actors wise, we have actually, let me get into that. So the main actor you're going to notice off the bat is Neil McDonough. Can't pronounce his last name. He's been in everything from Street Fighter, the Chun-Li movie, to the Arrowverse as Damien Dark. He's been in a lot of fucking movies. I noticed him right off the bat. The person I did not notice, I was looking at him for a good 20 minutes, and I'm like, why does he look sort of familiar? But I'm like, I can't put my name on it. And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh my God, that's Thomas Jane from Punisher and Deep Blue Sea and shit like that. And I'm like, no, what? He was under heavily makeup, and his accent that he does in that movie threw me off. So little backstory of this movie before I get into what I like about it and what I don't like about it. So pretty much this takes place in 1922. And this guy is married. He's married. His wife, his father-in-law died and left his wife, who is his daughter, about 100 acres of land. And this man wants it because he can make more money on it, married and shit like that, and he doesn't want to lose the farm. And she wants to sell it. And she pretty much says, let's listen, I know what you want. Let's take your 80 acres of land. Let's take my 100 acres of land. Let's sell it. Let's divorce, and we'll go half and half, and we'll go our own way. Because she's like, I know that's what you want. And he even says this in a monologue that says, I've grown to hate her, and doesn't want to sell. And she says, it's my land. I'll do what I want with it. He ends up taking own justice in his own hands, and he ends up killing his wife. So after that, the son ends up helping kill his wife, and they end up throwing her like garbage down a well. And all of a sudden, things start going wrong. He goes to look down there and sees the dead wife down at the bottom of the well, and there's rats all over it. The fucking rats. The rats are the fucking catalyst in this fucking movie that freaks me out. So he sees the rats. So he's trying to figure out, okay, we got to get away. We got to figure out a way to cover this well. Because if not, they're going to start looking and they're going to find the body, and boom, 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 we're in for. And if I'm going down, you're going down, son. So they end up taking a cow and putting him over the top of the well on the cap, and the fucking cow goes through the fucking well and ends up landing right on top of the body of his wife. Things starts moving, they kill it. So he comes up with the story that my cow fell in the well, I had to fill the well in. Smart man. Then he starts hearing noises in the barn later in the movie and sees that the rats are in there. The fucking rats, I'm telling you. And he's trying to fucking see where they're coming. They're coming through the pipes. They're coming from the well, so he fucking cements the well pipes so that the rats won't come in. They come in. And then everything starts to fall apart for this guy. His land goes to shit. His barn ends up falling apart and having holes in the roof. His house ends up getting holes in the roof. Let's see what else happens. Everything that is connected or around him fails. So because him and his son did that shit happened. His son can't deal with the guilt, so he becomes a fucking idiot. And what does he do? He becomes a bank robber. because he gets the next door girl pregnant. Yeah. After that, they decide they want to run away together because nobody is supporting them, because he's literally fucked up that girl next door's life by getting her pregnant. The father even comes over to him and says, listen, let's fucking get an abortion. Or not abortion, let's send her away to have the baby, and then we'll give it up for adoption, and then we'll bring her home, but you're going to pay half. And pretty much Thomas Jane's character goes, I ain't paying shit. I don't got it. So he goes, okay, don't ever come back here. Ever. So that kid ends up becoming a bank robber, and they're calling them the Sweetheart Bandits. And then the baby ends up dying, or she gets shot. She gets shot for one of their robberies, and she ends up dying. And the baby ends up dying inside her. So she dies. And the son ends up killing himself because he doesn't want to live in a world without her. Then the daughter who just died, her father, who said to Thomas Jane, give me half the money, his wife left him because of the death of their daughter. So literally, because of him killing his wife, he fucked up his son's life. His son fucked up that girl's life. That because he fucked up that girl's life, that girl's father's wife left him. Thomas Jane's son is dead. So it's like everything that's connected to Thomas Jane fucks up and dies. Like the kid dies, he fucks up his life, he fucks up her life, fucking their two lives up, fucks up the father's life, fucks up the father of, which is Thomas Jane's life, which is already getting fucked up. And literally none of this would have happened if he would have just took the goddamn deal and just said, fuck it, let's sell the land, get divorced, have half, and they'd have money. No, he wanted to keep the land. Okay. Things start even going worse for him. The house becomes decrepit, literally falling apart. The land starts to go to shit. The crops are dead because of the bugs. The termites are eating the fucking house. There's a point where Thomas Jane is alone drinking in a house with an empty roof, with a big hole in the roof. And literally a cow comes in and hangs out with him. Yeah, his best friend is a cow now. Then that cow falls down the stairs in front of the house, and it broke, I think, 2 legs. And it's crying in pain, so what does Thomas Jane does? Put it out his misery. Everything fucks up around him. He goes to the funeral for his son's girlfriend, his friend's daughter, the one whose life is all fucked up and wife left him. And everybody is there for her funeral. And then they show the funeral for her son, and there's nobody there but him, because nobody respects him, because his son fucked up that girl's life and literally fucked up everything. So he's the only one at his son's funeral, and he looks up and there's fucking rats. Fucking rats, I'm telling you, dude. I hate rats. Everywhere he goes, there's fucking rats. It's fucked up. He realizes, he sees ghostly images of his wife who's dead, and she's surrounded with rats, and it's like she's the queen of the rats. It's fucked. And she's literally driving him insane. So it's up to your imagination or your opinion if he's really seeing this or he's going fucking crazy. I think it's more he's going fucking crazy than that he's actually seeing her. He does another bad thing that happens to him that is bad luck on him. He's sleeping one day in his house, and one of the rats bites his hand. And it gets infected. And literally, me and my brother were sitting here, and literally, we're sitting there saying, he wraps his hand up, and we're like, you need stitches. And then my brother goes, rabies shot. And I'm like, antibiotics. And like, dude, and then they end up amputating his hand because his hand's infected. Like, it's fucking gone. Like, it's dead. Like, so they amputate the hand so it doesn't get any worse. So now he can't work on the farm. So all he had to do was take the fucking deal and go be a city person where he ends up at the end anyways, and he would have had money. But no, because he wanted to keep this land, he ended up doing that mistake of killing his wife, fucking up everybody's life in a fucking 2 mile radius that was attached to him, just to end up at the end working in the city where he should have been in the first place with money if he would have took the deal. This movie is incredible. Like, now it's not a horror movie, like horror slasher, you know what I mean? This one has a lot of psychological things to it. This movie's really about what happens when karma catches up to you. You do that big fuck up and karma fucking lets you have it over and over and over. And there's even a part in it where he tells the ghost of his wife, again, if you think she's actually there or it's a part of his mind. I think he's going crazy. I don't think she's actually there. Literally says, just kill me. Just kill me. And he goes, she won't let me until she's satisfied. Like, it's insane. It's literally insane. This movie is so dope. I like this movie a lot. I give this movie a 4 out of 5. The only reason why I'm taking a star off is because it's very slow burn, and I'm into slow burns, but this was a slower than usual burn, but I was interested the whole time. I was never bored like, oh, god damn, this movie sucks. Like, no, this movie, I was entertained the whole time. It's just very, very, very slow. So I took a star off for that. Doesn't mean it's a bad movie at all. So I give this movie about 4 out of 5 stars. I definitely think you should definitely check it out if you're interested. The performances are great by Thomas Jane, Neil McDonough, or whatever you pronounce his name. He's great as always. The unknown actors that played his son and his wife are really good. Unknown to me at least. They were really good. They put on a good performance. And I really like this movie. I want to give a shout out to my nephew, Micah. Micah's the one who suggested this movie for me. I'm glad he did because I really enjoyed this movie. I enjoyed this movie a lot more than Natty Knox. That's for sure. Natty Knox, I never want to see again. But this movie was good. Would I see it again? Is this a replayability for me? No. Just because I seen it. This is not a movie for me to replay over and over and over again. I did enjoy this movie. I thought this was good. Makes me kind of interested in going to look at that other Netflix Stephen King movie they have in The Tall Grass. Kind of want to check that out, see how that is after this. But yeah, so I really enjoyed this movie. Definitely go check it out. It's on Netflix right now. You can stream it. And yeah, and until tomorrow, my friends, I will be back tomorrow with another review. I have to look at my list. I'm not too sure what is next. I know the rest of my list, besides the last 2, are going to be suggested titles. So everybody who suggested a title, I will be giving you a shout out. Just like today, that today's shout out is going to be Micah Christmas. He is the one that got me into this and suggested this. And I'm glad he did because I really, really enjoyed it. So until tomorrow, stay creepy, my friends.